Previously in The Marble Lion. Margaret contemplates her limited exposure to religion and her initial unease when her friend Doris invites her to pray together. However, as she becomes more familiar, she grows to value Doris's faith and the kindness of her family, finding in them a sense of hope and belonging. Years later, during a chat with Charles, Margaret is prompted to reflect on these moments as they touch upon belief and faith before he hurriedly departs for another appointment. The previous chapter concludes with Margaret reciting the Lord's Prayer, representing her personal development and the impact of her friendship with Doris. Welcome to the YouTube edition of the book The Marble Lion. You're about to embark on a journey of chapter 11. Please subscribe and click the like button to support the channel and click the bell button to get notified when the next chapter is out. I would greatly appreciate hearing your thoughts, suggestions, and opinions in the comments section about the characters and events of this book. Please check out my published novel, Phoenix in Me. The link is provided in the description below. Additionally, if you would like to buy me a coffee, the link is also included in the description below. Thank you. New chapter starts now. When I was 19, I wanted to go to Greece and study the Greek language. I spent a lot of time at the Met Museum when I visited my grandparents in New York over the summer and winter holidays. I was watching a documentary on the classic period and Greek culture. And in the museum specifically, I was drawn to the statue titled Marble Statue of the Lion. It dates to circa 400-390 BCE. It has been said that Romans took it from the Greeks once, and now it sits on the Fifth Avenue in New York City. Once a guardian, now guarded, looking mighty but also mighty scared, hungry, wanting to demonstrate its power while also gaining more of it. Fascinating piece. The statue reminded me every time I saw it that I'm not powerless, that I'm not weak, even though every one of us has moments when we feel that it just won't work out, that the whole world is against us. Because it is not really. It may seem like it, but the reality is that our lives are something like the Wheel of Fortune, a tarot card. The wheel goes in a specific direction, and animals that are on it then go up with it. Fortune touches them. However, the wheel continues its movement and the animals fall. Misfortune is a possibility. That is our life too. It goes up and down. After the rain comes the rainbow. It doesn't matter how bad the situation is and how beaten and defeated you feel. You get up and continue. Because that is what we must do. That is life. And that is what the statue of the lion shows me. The lion is skinny, looks almost bold, scared, but it shows its teeth, perhaps as a threat, or perhaps as a smile. Possibly it is entering the fight, or maybe it is exiting the one. Whatever it is, life goes on, and the lion is ready. And so am I. Or am I? There is always a lingering question below the surface, whether I will be able to live this life as a fully functional person. For now I'm doing fine, but there is always that until when. I could lose everything. The truth is, I never know. No one ever really knows what tomorrow holds. Earlier, I talked with Carlos on the phone, and he was feeling fine. But when he asked me how I was doing, he sensed uncertainty in my voice when I replied that I was great. I should have known better than to lie to him. He knows me well enough to recognize that I'm not great, and that there are probably things going on in my head that are playing out as they shouldn't. He also knew that he mustn't press me and ask too many questions. We continued talking about the books we are reading and remembered some songs associated with our favorite reads. I couldn't talk about what was really going on my mind, and I appreciated not being forced to do so. After the phone call, I started working on the PowerPoint presentation for the pamphlets that Charles had asked me to create. About an hour later into the working process, all I could think of were Charles's eyes and his lips, and there was nothing that would help me to refocus. That is why I remember the statue of the lion, and even though I cannot go to New York right now, I can still visit the museum online, which is what I did. Looking at the lion, even if only on the screen, reminded me of the strength that is in all of us, and that, like any energy, cannot be destroyed, just transformed. And that is what I need to do. Transform it back into the power of will that I require to continue seeking justice. Since this is not the story where I find love, this is the story where I find those who have sinned. Thank you for listening to chapter 11 of the book The Marble Lion. Don't miss the following video of this channel, which will be the next chapter. Listen, subscribe, like, and comment on the videos. Thank you.